Today we are going to be making isotopic ice cream, which we will make from scratch in a mason jar. And what you're going to want to have is some heavy cream, some granulated sugar, some vanilla extract, table salt of any kind really, a mason jar, and toppings that you would like to add. And you're going to start with adding 1 cup of heavy cream, which is used for cooking and is made from liquid milk that we drink and milk fat. And then we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of granulated sugar to really give it the sweetness that we know from ice cream. And that is going to work with 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, which is also for flavoring the ice cream. We're also going to add in just a pinch of salt, and it's optional, but for flavoring you can I'm adding in peanut butter in this case, but you can really add in anything that will mix well with the substance. Then we're going to close the lid tightly, and we now have a heterogeneous mixture, which means that we can actually separate all the ingredients from the mixture if necessary, that it is not actually completely combined. And so we're going to get to mixing it finally, and we're going to shake vigorously for about 5 minutes. And so what shaking this does really in the chemical reaction of ice cream is that with the heavy cream that we have, is now going to be capturing air from its surroundings, and it's going to be pocketing the air into the mixture. This will end up making the mixture double in mass by the time you're done with shaking it, and it will decrease the density and concentration of the mixture, giving it the light, fluffy taste and texture of ice cream that we all love. So after that, you will put it in the freezer for about 3 hours, where it will go from a light, fluffy, very soft solid, because it freezes at -3 degrees Celsius, which a freezer goes lower than that, and it will go through a phase change to become a solid but creamy, delicious treat for everyone to enjoy. And thank you very much. Next, we are going to be making Charles chocolate chip cookies, and we will be making them with the following: cookie mix, a stick of butter, an egg, and cooking spray in a pan. We are going to start by putting in and softening the butter so it is easier to mix. Then we're going to add the cookie mix to the bowl. Once the butter is ready, we will add the entire stick of butter, and then we will crack the 1 egg into the bowl, and we will mix vigorously until the cookie dough slowly but surely makes its way into a dough, and we will spray the pan with oil so that it becomes not sticky, and we will place the cookie dough balls about 2 inches apart and 1 tablespoon worth of cookie dough per ball. Then we will put it into the oven for about 10 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. While this is in the oven, many chemical reactions will take place. Most importantly is that of the reaction of baking soda inside of the cookie mix. What will happen is that once the baking soda starts to heat up, it is a base, so it will react with the other acids inside of the cookie mix, and that will cause it to create a carbon dioxide gas inside of the cookie, which will create air bubbles and which will allow the cookie to rise and become a light, fluffy cookie. Other than the carbon dioxide is the butter, which is an emulsion, and it is an emulsion which is two substances that do not want to stay together, which are water and fat, to create the butter. When the butter melts, the water is released with and with more heat it turns into steam, and this steam will expand and also help the rising of the cookie, so that once the cookie comes out, they are all fresh and ready to go. Also, we cook the cookies about 2 inches apart because when they go into the oven, the cookie dough softens, and as liquids always do, they do not form to any specific shape. They just form to what their surroundings are. They are not a solid conformed shape. So they will actually lower and flatten into a cookie shape instead of the ball we made when inside the oven. Then we're going to take our cookies out and they will be hot and ready to go. We are going to let them sit for a few minutes and then we're going to enjoy our cookies. Man, he looks satisfied with that cookie. Thank you very much.